Hello and welcome to another Game Nexus arcade tour. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dave & Buster's in the Philadelphia Mills Mall in Philadelphia, PA. As you can see from the first look here, there are a lot of crazy arcade games with a lot of flashing lights and everything. But just like a lot of the arcades that I've seen lately, the biggest disappointment with any of these games is that they're just those redemption games where you can get tickets to get some fairly cheap prizes. A few of them I thought were kind of cool here, where there were certain characters being shown in them, but any of these ring toss ones or anything where you have to basically throw something and get it into a hole is basically just going to get you some tickets. But here's the Injustice game I had seen at one point. I even still have a Lex Luthor card I had found sitting on the arcade cabinet itself. And you'll see a lot of these are actually themed after carnival games such as Break the Plate. They even have Angry Birds and Monopoly here. And this one makes me think of Lights Out. That's what it looks like. And here, of course, is House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, which I believe is based off of Sega's All's hardware. Looks like it's got similar Uzis to the ones that were used in House of the Dead 4. And then there's this Ghostbusters game, which looks to me it's similar to Dead Storm Pirates, where you just have your mounted guns that you play the game with. Still a pretty cool game to see, nonetheless. And then AMC's The Walking Dead. Kind of a cool image there of the zombie flashing with the lights flashing there. The sad part is just about all the games you see, the big scale attractions, are just your Raw Thrills PC-based stuff. It's nothing that's traditional anymore. It's not like that one arcade that I saw in New Jersey, which sadly is gone due to the Super Typhoon or Super Storm Sandy that was called Flashbacks. And they used to have some old stuff. Here's Transformers Human Alliance that runs on Sega Ring Edge 2. And then there's Raw Thrills Guitar Hero Arcade. And this one was cool that I never saw this before. It's Luigi's Mansion Arcade. So that's a pretty cool looking game. It even has this little curtain that you have to go into. Really, really nice looking cabinet with all the plastics and everything. And Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, which has a vertical phone screen, which is kind of crazy. And I don't know what this one was, another kind of redemption or something. Then another, as I said, a lot of these are those redemption ones that you play a game and you get tickets. Even a Giant Connect 4, which I thought was kind of cool. Then there's Cruisin' Blast, which is the latest sequel to the Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' Exotica type games. Cruisin' World. And this has multiple cabinets that I'm guessing you can link up and play versus in. Some Wicked Tuna game where you're fishing, it looks like. And I always like these big scale arcade games. This I thought was really cool. It's a giant Hungry Hippos game, where it the thing is so big it's like that plunger that you press when you explode a dynamite thing in a cartoon. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then we have Fast and the Furious Superbikes 3, but it looks like they may have dropped the Fast and the Furious license. Unless maybe I just missed that. Maybe it was just at the top of the marquee. Another Raw Thrills game, of course. Then we have that new Daytona USA game, which is basically a completely remade Daytona that works on the newer Sega PC-based hardware, I believe. And of course, Mario Arcade GP DX, or Deluxe as they call it, which runs on Namco ES3X hardware, the same thing as Tekken 7. There's this Snowcross game, another one of those ones that it's like a huge ride-on, and you actually ride on the vehicle that you're driving. I think this one was like ESPN Extreme Games or something, and it's like snowboarding and stuff. And that really made me think of Top Skater or Air Tricks. Oh yeah, X Games Snowboarder. As you can see, this was like a Tuesday afternoon that I was here, so it's fairly not, no one here. Some kind of dodgeball game. And then I just figured I'd walk here in the back, and you'll hear the maintenance man talking to me at one point, because I wanted to see what everything looked like. I think he said something, "You're here just after I remodeled everything." I remember when I was actually filming this footage, I was thinking, "Oh wow, who is that?" It was just kind of creepy when like somebody sneaks up from behind and you're like, "Okay." And this is some kind of like virtual reality Star Wars game. I think when I walk back later, I'm able to actually see it a little bit better. That was like Centipede, I want to say. And then this is a really big basketball hoop. Some kind of Hero of the Hatchet and axe throwing game. Another crazy redemption. That looks like Wheel of Fortune over there. Connect 4 hoops. So it's like a basketball twist on Connect 4. Some kind of Frogger game. As I said, once again, redemption. You're winning tickets. You're not just playing Frogger for fun. Basketball. Lots of basketball in these arcades. I'm not 100% sure what that one was. It looked like some sort of weird, like, Rings of Light. SpongeBob of some sort. Another redemption machine. Another one of those big wheels I see down the shore all the time. Then we have this big like Halo Raw Thrills cabinet. It looks like this would be fun in multiplayer, but not really too great on your own. Yeah, Halo Fireteam Raven. Classic Dance Dance Revolution. One of the newer cabinets, but at least it's not those weird diagonal arrows. I don't know why I can never get behind those. And here's some kind of crazy Pac-Man one. Space Invaders, another one of those full-size amusement ones. That'd probably be fun if you had a friend. That one I was about to look at, but then some kids walked over. And then here, of course, is Terminator Salvation, one of those games that's kind of been a mainstay. They walked away, so this one's called Typhoon. And it looks more or less like you're just like sitting there and watching some crazy footage. I don't know how much interactivity, because there's only a couple buttons on it. Some sort of like bonus wheel game. Another crazy bonus wheel game. Then we got this really cool Yahtzee game, which I thought was pretty neat, because Yahtzee's like the classic dice game. Dizzy Chicken. I guess that's like, instead of Angry Birds, Dizzy Chicken. Then we got a legit electronic slot machine here. And then here is Angry Birds Coin Crash, which is just a redemption machine to get tokens. You'll see there's the bar area. Temple Run arcade game. Once again, it has the vertical screen like a phone. Fun game to play in the arcade. And if you had heard some, like, banging really hard behind me, there was some kid who was sitting on the chair and just hitting on the piano keys. That's why a lot of arcade games wear out, because kids will just, like, be hitting the controls and not even playing. Elevator Action Invasion, that's a pretty cool looking one. Once again, a vertical screen, like a phone. That one, I don't quite focus on it, but something, Tipsy Picks or something? Doodle Jump and some kind of bobblehead game. Doodle Jump, I believe, was a phone game. I remember that. And then bobblehead is some kind of baseball thing. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then here is that Star Wars game, and it's actually showing some graphics. Vader Immortal Lightsaber Dojo. And if you've never been to a Dave & Buster's before, the way that this works is that you buy a swipe card, you put money on it, and all the arcade games are actually set up for card swipes. The funny thing is, the last time I was at a Dave & Buster's, I don't know if it was this one or if there was another one in Philly, and here's Minecraft Dungeons Arcade, but the last time I was at a Dave & Buster's, I actually had my original Nokia N-Gage as the only phone. I think I had bought like a T-Mobile prepaid card or something for it. Then we have Flappy Tickets, which is like a cheap knockoff Flappy Bird, but you get tickets. Some kind of... Oh, this was Kung Fu Panda Dojo Mojo. It looks like it's in the vein of Hakito no Ken Fighting Mania, because it has like the drums where I guess you have to hit them. Galaga Assault, another classic arcade game inspired one. That's one thing I liked in this arcade, is that even if they weren't the originals, there's a lot of classic inspired one. Looked like that said like Fish Done or something. And then here's like a Dave & Buster's virtual experience where you sit in the chairs and you see a video. If you ever see me look down at the ground, Gridiron Blitz is some kind of football game. But if you ever saw me look at the ground at any point, it's because like some kid came by and I didn't want to film him with my phone. And then here's another crazy looking light up one that I'm sure is just for winning tickets. And then here is the area where you could win all the prizes. I didn't take too much of a look there since I wasn't going to spend that long. This is Crossy Road, which looks like it's like inspired by Frogger. And another one of those like oversized crane machines where hardly anybody wins. And then this is some kind of redemption machine. Gold Fisher. And then finally there's this Simpsons soccer machine, which I thought was really cool. I had never seen this before, and it's actually pretty detailed. Honestly, I don't even remember a Simpsons episode where there was soccer involved, so this is kind of neat. And you'll see there's the soccer and everything. And then I'm just like walking away from any people who are going to get in the view. Taking a better look at Champions here. This is like a Marvel Champions game. Another cool one. I guess they wanted to counter that DC arcade game. But right now I was just like looking for games I didn't see before, like Fruit Ninja FX here. Fruit Ninja is a fun game, especially the Kinect version if you have an Xbox Kinect, because you can just use your hands. I don't know what makes Fruit Ninja FX2 different from the original, but here's a Hot Wheels game that I couldn't film before because there was a family playing it for like 5 minutes. Everyone got their own steering wheel there. And this is called Blackout. It looks like another phone game brought to the arcades. And then we have this really big Tomb Raider projection arcade game. Really impressive machine. The only problem with a lot of these Raw Thrills is the gameplay is decent, but it's not amazing or anything. And then back to that Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games one. Didn't mean to get my hand in here too much. Just a little bit more of this arcade here. Just figured I'd take another walk around to see if there's any games that I had missed in my first once-over, since, you know, sometimes people are on the machines and you just don't want to film them. But yeah, that's basically what Dave & Buster's here in Philadelphia, PA at the Philadelphia Mills Mall looks like. I was actually down here for an appointment, and this was that Aliens game that I see in a lot of places, but unfortunately it was out of order. And that's a bowling alley over there. But it's a pretty nice arcade. It's not so great if you're looking for older games, but it's got some flashy games that might keep you entertained for a little while. But this has been another Game Nexus arcade tour, and I shall see you later. Just gonna walk out here so you can get a better view of what it looks like. Decent mall, nothing too crazy, but